Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the FL1 Sports Podcast here on FingerLakes1.com. Paul Russo, Jim Senacropi, Kyle Evans here with you. Oh, what a weekend ahead we got. We got Divisional Round in the NFL. On Monday, the CFP Championship game. The Sabres have stayed red hot. We have golf going on this weekend for the first time in a couple years. Well, more than a couple years.
Not here in New York, but in Hawaii.
But Syracuse basketball. Right in the thick of the ACC hunt all of a sudden here. Kind of crazy. So.
Let's just beat Boston College Saturday, one at a time.
A lot to get to today, but first, think a couple more of our sponsors, including Senegal Falls Acupuncture, offering personalized treatments for pain relief, women's health, digestive symptoms, cosmetic acupuncture, and more, helping you look and feel your best naturally. Book your appointment online at SenecaFallsAcupuncture.com to experience award-winning care right here in the Finger Lakes. And Weston Company Diamonds and Jewelry, a full-service family-owned jewelry store serving Auburn and the surrounding communities. You can check them out online at westoncompany.com or stop in and browse their selections at 10 Genesee Street in downtown Auburn. Weston Company, crafting fine jewelry since 1982. All right, let's. I guess we'll start on the Syracuse side of things here. It's been great. It's been
Syracuse basketball.
Yeah, we were here. What was it? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, give or take, somewhere in there.
So they lost to Clemson.
Yeah. We were kind of looking at that schedule at the time for January, and I was on the pessimistic side of things. Jim, I think you were more on the optimistic side of things at the time.
I wasn't on the optimistic side. I was like
more than me though.
We just lost to Clemson at home. Like the margin for error is over now, so they gotta run off some wins. So they've won 2, which is great.
3.
Who? Georgia Tech,
Pitt,
and then Florida State. So they've won 3, which is fantastic. But they got Boston College Saturday.
Yeah. And
wouldn't it just be like them to lose that one at BC?
The classic Syracuse loss of sort.
When they've crawled their way back to the tournament bubble. So let's just wait and see what happens. But the other good thing is, Donnie Freeman is important to this team. Obviously, they're a different team now that he's there. So other than the Clemson game where Freeman didn't start but played, since Freeman's been back, they've been a different team.
Yeah, I mean they've looked better. It kind of. I will say, and I guess I'm in the minority a little bit when I hear it phrased this way on broadcast. Now, I didn't hear it, admittedly, during the Florida State game this past Tuesday night, but in the Pitt game, the Georgia Tech game, I heard how Donnie Freeman, and they aren't wrong, it's the phrasing of it that I get worried about, where Donnie Freeman is such a big deal for this team, and that is not false. It is a true fact. The only part that I don't like when we talk about that is the fact that we went into this year thinking that team, the Syracuse team, was so deep that, for me personally, not that losing him was a big deal, but it should have been a lot easier of a...
If they made the free throws, it would have been, right?
Right, a lot easier of a time and everything like that.
It's true.
And instead...
Is Donnie Freeman the best player on the team?
I think that's a fair question.
I mean, if he is, then any team in college basketball loses their best player, and they're not the same.
Yeah, and
a lot of these other guys that we think
though
are good on Syracuse that you're talking about being deep is they're young.
Yeah, true.
So like Kyan Anthony, I didn't realize he was going to turn the ball over. Half the time he touched it. I think he'll get better, but he obviously is a freshman and. Not ready for prime time. Sadiq White, on the other hand, ready for prime time.
Yeah, he did well in kind of filling in for Freeman. I think you saw where he was a freshman in a lot of spots still.
I want to see Kyle, Freeman, and White on the court at the same time.
Yeah, me and you talked about that yesterday morning, where it was just like, why not kind of throw a big lineup out there and just kind of see what happens? And I suppose for us, the way we were talking about it is your two guards would at that point would have to be George and Starling. So yeah, I'd love to see it. I know me and you also talked a little bit too about how, especially in that game Tuesday, the way it was playing out, how maybe a little bit more Tyler Betsy again wouldn't be the worst thing.
Since he was hot.
Yeah.
Speaking of hearing things on broadcast, did you know that he was the 2-time Connecticut State Player of the Year? Because every color commentator says that at least 3 times a game.
Yeah, you gotta have your notes ready.
Connecticut's a small, state, but yeah, Betsy was great. In another game, it might be Kings. So those guys can, but there's not enough minutes for everybody.
No, and that's the thing. Really looking at right now, and look, what I'm about to say, I'm well aware of this, but you look at a guy like Soiree, for example.
Played great in the past couple games.
Absolute dog for when he needs to come in for William Kyle, but there's a very big drop off. But it's one of those things where we talked about it. It's almost tough sometimes to even get White in there a little bit more often, just because you look at that game Tuesday and Soiree was just everywhere on the court for those minutes he needed to be out there, and it's such a big deal to me that he fits more of that Kyle presence down low when Kyle's off the floor, that it's tough to not put him out there in my mind anyway.
Let's put Freeman, Kyle, Soiree, and White.
Mega lineup.
And then Starling.
Just an extreme mega big lineup.
Quad towers.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were nice wins. They weren't perfect wins. They were wins that we should have won by more almost every one of those games. So they're still, but they closed them out and they won.
Yep.
And that's all you got to do. So they got to go to Boston College and win, and then they got Virginia Tech back at home.
Yep.
That's going to be a tough game, but it's at home and we should win. So if they can continue to take care of business, that would be 5 in a row, and we would be 7-1 in the ACC.
Yep.
It's a pretty good spot to be as we head into February.
Yeah. I know you mentioned only really the 2 games here coming up, and that's fair because that's just how we're playing it, because that's when we'll be back. But going a little bit beyond that, they're locked in with NC State right now in the ACC standings. That's a game in
NC State's very good.
10 days from now that will be big in the standings. After that, you wrap up January with Notre Dame, which looks like an easier game than it did about a month ago, give or
bring
take.
them on. I love beating Notre Dame.
And then at that point, you open February with UNC, and that's where you get really into like some of these ranked games.
Yeah,
UNC,
we
Virginia,
should be able to compete with them, though. Look what we did. Look what we did with Houston, without Freeman.
Yeah.
So we can play with any team in the country. This team has Final Four possibilities, but they got to continue to get better, and he's got to figure out the rotation a little bit. I mean, to me, Autry's still a big question. I want him to work out, but as a Syracuse fan over the past several years, you're shell-shocked. I thought we've had good teams in the past, and next thing you know, we lose 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Against terrible teams, and got to get back in the tournament. Got to maybe make a run in the stupid-ass ACC tournament. I don't know, but for now, let's just beat Boston College on Saturday.
Yeah, one game at a time, and it'll be pretty big, especially broader scope of the ACC here. It's kind of crazy. SMU last night on Wednesday night, insane buzzer beater.
Yep.
Amongst other things that we talked about, Stanford beat UNC last night. It's interesting. Syracuse is above UNC, albeit by a game right now in the standings. But
there's not much difference between teams now in this new era of college basketball. No matter where you're coming from, or like the mid-majors are getting transfers from major programs where guys want more time, so they're great players, obviously. And then the best players from the mid-majors are getting transferred into the bigger schools, and it's just like, and every team is decent. Every team is decent in all of college basketball.
Yep.
Like every team.
Yep. It's if you're a fan of the sport overall, like we are in that sense, it's great because rarely do you get games that are tough watches anymore in that sense. But to that end, yeah, it's dog eat dog world.
It's hard.
I guess it always has been, but more so now than ever. And while we're on it, just briefly shout out to the women's team for SU. They're on it as well this year. So
Yep.
who knows? Maybe we get both teams back in the NCAA tournament this year.
Well, how about when both teams went to the Final Four? Was it both teams in the same year went to the Final Four in 2015?
Yes. 16.
16? Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Kyle's here.
Kyle, well, we're going to turn it over to Kyle because although the winning streak did come to an end last week, the Sabres have still been just red hot, 14 of 16 now. They picked up a win over the Flyers. I know the loss to the Panthers wasn't the best feeling in the world, but they made it closer than it maybe should have been a little bit there at the end. So we're looking at a team that we talked a little bit last week about them probably being buyers at the deadline here coming up and everything like that. Still got to feel pretty good, though, about the Sabres at this point.
Yeah, January 15th, first wild card spot. Can't remember the last time that's happened. In fact, that might have happened before I was a Sabres fan. That's how long it's been. It's fun. Twice now they've lost a game, but they've quickly, the next game, won. They've never done that in the last 14 years. So, yeah, I think I'm still feeling good about the team. As you mentioned, the trade deadline's still coming up, too. They have a new GM who I think is going to be aggressive, make moves. And, I mean, man, especially if the Bills win, too, on Sunday, just the city of Buffalo right now is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, how long you been a Sabres fan? As long as you can remember, or is it something when you got older?
Just after, it was 2012.
Were you a hockey fan at that point, or
I was just young. I was just learning,
right? So you went to a game,
yeah, I just went to a game, just started watching on my own. My parents weren't even fans. My parents,
right?
just all the sports were just on my own, and I picked the Sabres, and for the last now, 14 years, finally have a chance to make it.
Well, that's what sports is about,
Mm-hmm.
And I do like to see a fan base get paid off for years of suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're the Jets.
Yeah.
And it was Red Sox kind of sucked when they finally won. I mean, that was too bad.
It's
You
interesting.
guys both had Yankees hats on, I noticed. You also had them on last week's show, too.
Oh, we did? Well,
Yeah.
Well,
I guess
for me, I just got to grab a hat that I know can kind of blend in well with the backgrounds and stuff like that. And
It's crazy. Baseball starts next month.
that's true.
It comes so fast because of how long spring training is.
Yeah.
I know, and spring training is it's kind of more unnecessary nowadays. It's just most guys are training on their own, I would think. At least the guys that are smart,
Yeah.
And the season's so long.
Yeah.
So why not? Why do you make them come so early? Pitchers and catchers got to come early.
Well, this year too is a little bit different because of the World Baseball Classic. I know it
that's
doesn't.
true.
It doesn't really sway the schedules.
Clements on the USA
much.
team from Rochester.
Yeah, Ernie, my guy. Yeah, the rosters are still taking shape for the U.S. I'm a little bit worried about the bullpen already, but I guess that's a thing we'll worry about in about a month or so time, give or take. So, but yeah, going back to the Sabres over quick. It's funny. I saw TikTok yesterday, and it was the Sabres winning are great, and somebody posted it, and it was tongue in cheek, but it's great. But now I can't go to the games cheap anymore.
Ticket prices are going up.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Tonight.
crazy.
Against Montreal, and you can't get a good ticket without spending $100 minimum.
Yeah.
Just to get in the building.
Yeah, because it's Montreal, and they're doing an 05-06 reunion night
Oh, okay.
with all the former players in the building, and there's going to be a lot of Canadians because it's Montreal.
You got Danny Briere to come up.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's expensive tonight.
Yeah. So
Well, good to see the Sabres still on winning ways.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
yeah, it's been a good opening 2026 too for overall. I know the Amherst are pretty red hot too themselves at the AHL level, and I don't know, it's pretty good time to be a Sabre fan in Western New York, I would say overall here. So
Wish the Sabres were a little more consistent in their branding. Like when you think of the Flyers or Canadians or Maple Leafs or Rangers, I mean, the image of the logo pops into your head or the front of their jerseys.
Yeah.
Buffalo has a really cool name, the Sabres. And it's just like sometimes they're a demonic buffalo head. Sometimes they're like these tiny sabers on the, I don't know. Just come up with something iconic and stick with it.
Well, I think it's tough because right at the start of the streak here, they had the Buffalo Slug going on, which flopped miserably. And I don't know. I do like the fact that they kind of stick at this point with what is now like the modern but retro style branding, if you will.
Yeah, that's what I like.
And
But
then I know
because they suck so much that they haven't. If you ask a sports fan in Kansas City, Missouri, or a town that's not even an NHL town, and you tell them to pick the Philadelphia Flyers logo out of a page with 100 logos on it, they do it in 1 second. Same thing with the Maple Leafs or almost any of the old guard. Maybe not the Penguins, but anyways, the Sabres they would struggle with.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's pretty unique. I do know what you mean, though, because they have been wearing they're the true alternates now, I guess, technically, right? The black and reds.
They wear those every Thursday night.
Yeah, so.
I don't like them.
Really?
Yeah, go with your blue and yellow colors of the Sabres.
I think the black and red is more popular than anything.
It probably is, but it's not Sabres colors.
Yeah, it was for a time.
Why are they, the Chicago Blackhawks?
No, but I think you probably make the case that the Sabres' best years were in those color schemes, to be fair.
Maybe, but it shouldn't matter what color you're wearing to whether you win or lose. But you're talking about like branding the team to stand out or sell merchandise or and again, maybe it's just because they haven't been good for so long that it just seems like a bad brand.
I think that might be a little bit of it, admittedly.
Well, you're going to see them in April in a playoff series, so be ready.
Yeah, no, I would love to. I'm not saying I'm a Sabres fan, but as a guy
But you love playoff hockey.
Yeah, I do love playoff hockey, and it would be great to see the Sabres in it, and I would root for them over any other team.
There you go.
Home playoff game in Buffalo at KeyBank Center. I mean, again, I've never been able to witness it because I wasn't a fan yet. And I would probably try to find a way to go.
You want to talk about expensive tickets, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, well, good luck with that. I think, it seems like it's happening.
Oh, yeah. We'll see Buffalo and Tampa at the same time, Kyle, so that'll be good.
Yeah, they won't lose. 11 in a row now?
Sheesh. It's crazy. All right.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
You're saying the Sabres won 11 in a row?
His team, the Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say. I thought they lost last week.
No, the
Lightning.
Lightning are out here doing it with like a hodgepodge of guys right now. Points hurt again, and I don't know.
Just go away, Tampa Bay. We're tired of you.
It's tough to beat greatness, man.
Yeah, they are there every year.
So, Florida, the true hockey hotbed that America didn't know they needed.
True.
I guess we'll kind of work backwards. We'll do the college game first because just the way we do our picks following the NFL talk. So,
Okay.
college football playoff championship game on Monday night. Miami and Indiana, the two teams we all expected at the beginning of the year to be there. So, the 10th seed Hurricanes against the number 1 Hoosiers. It's been, I don't know, the season, I always enjoy college football. I thought it was a pretty good season overall. I don't like the discourse that engulfed half of it, but it seems like the way the playoffs been, we've kind of fought through it a little bit here.
That's what always makes college football, though, is the arguing.
True. Yeah.
I think that's part of there's not another sport where you get more arguing about who's better than who or who deserves this or deserves that. And it's annoying, but I think that's kind of part of what makes it popular. Yeah. Sports talk radio, fodder all season long.
That's true. There's a reason Paul Feinbaum exists. So,
Yep.
Either way, the game itself, I'm really intrigued by this game. I'm not going to outright give my pick because it is one of my picks actually for when we get to it. I just think if you're on the gambling side of things, there's an awful lot of points that Miami's getting that I don't think you can shake your head at.
Except for Indiana kills everybody.
That's true. But I think the X factor here is I don't know if Indiana has seen a front seven, and I call it a front seven for this reason, like Miami's, from the linemen to the linebacking core that are so physical, tenacious. And look, you can say what you want, but this is a front seven that beat Ohio State straight up. They handled it. Mind you, it took a while, and it took a buzzer beater essentially. But
Indiana beat them easier though.
That's
Same
true.
team.
Yeah.
I think my personal take is like, and I was wrong. I had Oregon last week, and that made me realize, what the hell? Am I an idiot? Like, this team is the best team.
To be fair, I liked Oregon with the points too, though.
And if you watch Miami, through the playoffs, it's like barely surviving.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, Ole Miss going back and forth like it's the end of an NFL game. And I just think that Indiana's clearly, now it took a long time to see it clearly, but they're clearly the best team, and they're probably going to win in a blowout.
Well, I hope that's not the case.
But I've been wrong about almost everything, so.
No. Don't let 1 week distract you from the way you've been all year, Jim. So
I'm losing it.
I mean, yeah, I think you're right to a degree for sure. I think, one of the X factors here as well to maybe flip to the offensive side of the ball here is, can you trust Carson Beck in this game? He's done well enough in the playoffs this year, but you go through this past regular season, you go through his years at Georgia, for sure probably have to leave you with a little bit of untrustworthiness. I think that's fair. So do you trust Carson Beck more? Do you trust the Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza more? I think this comes down really to what this Indiana offense can do against Miami's defense more than anything else. Because, I don't know fully from how many of these Hoosiers are going to be in the NFL from the offensive side of the ball. I think we all know Mendoza at this point probably will be.
Their average age is like 24.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already an NFL team by age almost.
True.
I saw something where I can't remember what team it was in the NFL. Maybe it was Jacksonville. I don't think it was, but the average age of Indiana versus Jackson, or this certain NFL, the youngest NFL team's roster right now, Miami's like an average of 6.5 months younger.
Well, I have an interesting stat here, though, on that front, because if you want to really get down to exact numbers, Miami's starters are actually older by like 3 months than the Indiana Hoosier starters.
No way.
Yeah. Yep. I'm looking at it right now.
Like full roster?
Full starters.
Yeah,
Starters.
defense and offense?
Yes.
So what is it? Like they're like 23 and a half?
Yes.
And what's Indiana?
Indiana is... Okay, Miami is 22.18. Indiana's 21.95.
Oh, geez, I heard that Indiana was 23.
Maybe like overall, but the starters is that.
Pretty sure it was Colin Cowherd.
Well, but either way, going to it though, you mentioned the age, and it's interesting because to me, I think the best player on the field, period, is probably actually the youngest guy on the field, the Malachi Toney for Miami. Kid who should be in high school literally right now as we speak.
And could probably be in the NFL next year if he wants. But you know what? These guys aren't going to jump to the NFL because he's going to get big off, like the Alabama quarterback, Simpson. Got offered $6.5 million.
Yeah, but he's staying in the draft.
Well, I know, but like, there's going to be less guys that do because
yeah.
You'll make more. Unless you're like a top 10 pick, you'll probably make more in college and have like more free time.
No, even then, there are certain top 10 picks the way the scale works.
Yeah, they can't pay.
You could be making more via NIL than you would be on your rookie deal.
Why one reason New England's been able to be successful this year because they got a Pro Bowl level quarterback that they don't have to pay yet.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's looking at it from that angle, it's the reason why a lot of teams are trying to go all in with quarterbacks on the rookie scale. Washington tried to do it with Jaden Daniels this past year. I'm guessing you're going to see the Giants.
Yeah, that's the new thing to do
and everything. So,
and then if you happen to hit them after 3 years, you pay them and you change course.
Yeah.
So that's good for college football, I suppose, because you get more of these guys that might stay around and get to, like Dante Moore's not going to go. He says he's not. He's going to stay at Oregon. But on the other hand, it's like, oh, great. So now these college kids are weighing $6.5 million to go to this school or $4 million to go here, or go. It's just like another professional sport.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting because we've talked about it on here a little bit in the past, and we've had our own discussions. And I don't know. I heard an interesting take on it the other day from Bill Simmons, and I don't disagree with it to a degree, but I don't know. I don't like the idea of doing relegations and stuff like that. And to me, if you're just gonna do some separate stuff, just go all out.
Relegations in college football?
Yeah.
Like you go down to the BCS or FCF?
More or less, yeah. That'd essentially be
That's tough to do with conferences and TV contracts.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah. And even then, the counterpoint brought to him in that, and this is something I agree with, is what's a team that kind of teetered this year a little bit?
A lot of teams.
Yeah, but say something like Tech. Just use Texas as an
Oklahoma
example
State.
here.
Oh, you're talking about a better team.
Right.
Just
like
Texas still had a good season.
Right, but say they find themselves at like a 7-5 year, so they get relegated, right? Like
they probably wouldn't get relegated at 7-5 though. It
well,
would be like a 2-10
I'm just
team
trying to
got relegated.
I'm trying to frame it though in the sense of because this does happen in soccer where this does occur.
Syracuse get relegated.
Right, but like the best players are still probably going to follow wherever the most money is being offered to them. I don't think this really changes. I don't think relegation is going to change. Anything
Indiana's not going to be in the national championship game if Mark Cuban wasn't involved.
Right. Well, yeah.
Let's face it. It's true. Like, I'm not saying take anything away from Kirk Cignetti. I mean, I Googled him, and apparently he wins.
Yeah.
But as far as, like, you need to be able to pay these guys. Otherwise, they're going to go somewhere else where they can get paid.
Yeah.
And so, it's good for Indiana that they got an alumni in Cuban that's willing to do it. And it actually is hopeful for fans of places like Syracuse that, if Indiana can do it. Indiana was the worst Division I football team in the history of football in the last 100 years.
Power 5.
Yeah.
4 team. Yeah.
Well, right. And now look at them.
Yeah.
Well, they literally are one of the worst period.
Well, worst period.
If you add up losses, they were like at the top of the list until this year.
Well, you know who it is now.
Who? Rutgers?
Northwestern.
Oh,
stay in the Big Ten.
I wish it was Rutgers.
Yeah. Don't we all? Hey, they created college football after all. Don't you forget it.
Yeah, that's their one claim to fame.
Them and Greg Schiano collectively.
They hadn't had a winning season since, except for Schiano for 1 year.
Yep.
Anyway.
And he parlayed it to being a
What do
mediocre.
you like in the college game Monday, Kyle?
I like Miami plus 8.5.
Ooh.
Just remember, too, not knowing anything last week, you said, who do I think will win the games? Nail them both.
You did.
True.
So even though I don't know anything, maybe my luck is there late in the year on college football. My head just tells me Miami covers.
I think Miami needs something good to happen early. Get up 7-0 even. But I'm feeling that it's going to be a blowout. Indiana in a blowout.
This is a really tough spot because, I'll put it to you this way. Because, like I said, I'm picking the game as one of my picks, so I'm not going to say outright here. It's tough being a Syracuse fan in this scenario because, look, it's on the basketball side, but screw Indiana.
Well, yeah, but when I was at Syracuse,
this is where I was about to go with it.
Miami was the big rival.
Yeah.
And there was when they were the U that you see in the documentary.
Yeah.
And when they came to the Dome, it was like huge.
Yep.
And boy, I was at a game where Miami might even been ranked number 1 at the time, but Chris Godney caught a ball at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
And I was in the student section at the other end of the field, and everybody in my row stepped up on the back rest of the seat to see what happened, and it snapped off, and we all went tumbling down. I remember being on the ground of the dome in a mass of humanity, not knowing if we won or lost yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then we lost. He was short.
November 21st, 92.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, that was something. But that,
By the way, we forgot to mention, I know the relationship is a bit weird, but congratulations to Marvin Harrison, College Football Hall of Fame. Elected officially. So another one for Syracuse football in the hat there.
yeah, and that's relationship. Well, yeah, I guess
It's a weird
nowadays, but I love Marvin Harrison, and those were the freaking days.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, basketball and football.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get back there. We hope. But yeah, it's weird. Because I do have people who in my life who are Miami fans. So it's a tough bridge to balance for me this week.
But it is interesting. Both huge rivals of Syracuse for different reasons. And I wouldn't, rivals isn't even the right word. Indiana's not rival. It was a one-game piece of crap.
Yeah.
Where Coleman misses a free throw and Key Smart hits a freaking lucky shot. And, that's the only, yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to get into it. And then Miami, like I said, huge football rival of Syracuse in the 1990s into the early 2000s. And Miami had their best years as a program as members of the Big East.
Yeah.
They haven't won crap since.
No.
So maybe they'll win Monday night. If not.
And even then, it's kind of been, I wouldn't say the rivalry in the sense it has been reignited, but Syracuse is.
We took it to them last year.
We took them as deep as we could with Eric Dungy in 17 when they needed to win one time and everything. So the stuff is there.
No, we sent Cam Ward packing.
And we did. It was glorious. Being at that game was great. So, all right. Divisional round, NFL weekend here.
This is what it's really about, right?
8 teams remain for the Super Bowl.
So great.
Kicks off with the Bills on Saturday in Denver against the Broncos. We talked a little bit off air, Kyle. Bills are going to be minus Poyer and Maxwell Harrison in the secondary. Trending towards at least, it looks like, DeMar Hamlin being back, Curtis Samuel being back. Well, it seems like McDermott's playing coy a little bit with who we'll see in terms of the activation side of things. But how are you feeling here now that we get closer to game time?
Nervous.
Ooh.
Feel a lot worse with Poyer.
Yeah. I kind of feel like how I felt like last week with Jacksonville. I think the Bills can definitely go in there and win, but I could also see where they go and lose because their defense just can't stop Denver. And Josh will do his best and try to keep them in the game, but then again, when the game's on the line, they have that defensive line that's unreal. So
if it's like a one-score game inside 5 minutes, you got to like the Bills.
It's tough. 17's the best player on that field more than likely at any given time on Saturday.
No doubt.
So if he has the ball in his hand with those few minutes left, kind of hard not to like the chances if it comes down that way anyway.
And we can list off a bunch of stats of why we think the Bills are going to win. But then again, different teams, they're kind of pointless. Like, for example, here's one. Sean Payton's 1-4 in his last 5 playoff games. I mean, that doesn't really matter.
Not really.
Season, different team, different quarterback.
Everything's different.
Outstanding defense.
Going to say Sean Payton can't coach in the postseason? Nobody's saying that.
Yeah,
it's true.
So, I don't know. I don't feel great, but I don't feel like I do think they have a chance. A real good chance, just not great.
I think it's a coin toss. I don't like these games are tough. Mm-hmm. I would love the Bills except for the fact that Denver has had a week and a half to prepare. 2 weeks to prepare.
13 days of rest when that kicks off.
Yeah, and meanwhile the Bills are all beat to crap, and they got to play. They get one less day of rest than normal because they got to play on Saturday now. How could the NFL do that?
Yeah, they fly out tonight.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I think it's crap that they make the Bills play on Saturday, especially against a team that's got 2 weeks rest. So that's the part that scares me because traditionally, if it was a regular season matchup and those two things were true, the money would go on the team with the rest. Mm. And so that's got me nervous. But on the other hand, maybe Denver comes out just a little tight, and I don't know. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be it's a coin toss, in my opinion.
I mean, I like the stat, Kyle, you said on Monday. Denver has predominantly this year faced rookie and second string quarterbacks, though.
Yeah.
You know, and
Big time.
New England.
they've been tight games a lot, and I like the Bills for the fact of the numbers have to go against eventually.
And remember when
Can't
they
keep
played,
playing with fire.
remember when they played a legit team back on December 21st? Jacksonville went in there in Denver and pounded them.
Smoked
It
them.
wasn't even close.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's also a stat where okay, maybe that you feel a little better because of that one. But again, they still have to go out there and play and perform.
James Cook rarely has 2 down games in a row.
Yeah, he's got to run the ball better for sure.
Well, I don't blame him. I mean, I don't know. I don't blame for last week. I don't blame Cook.
I mean, yeah, the offensive line didn't block good enough.
And he didn't, I don't know how many attempts he got compared to normal, but it seemed like they went away from him in the second half.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think I don't think James Cook has had 2 down weeks in a row stat wise
No, certainly
this year.
no. It's certainly not the way it would be this week. What was it? 13 rushes for 45 yards or whatever it was. I don't think that will happen again.
It's going to be more like 24 rushes for 110 yards this week.
In an ideal world.
And the Bills win.
Yeah.
So we just talked about how it's kind of like unfair that the Bills are playing on short rest. So I did some research. And the 49ers, of course, are also playing on short rest.
Yeah.
And actually, this is the second time in 4 seasons, that the 49ers have had to play the number 1 seed on short rest on a Saturday. The last time was in 2021 when they went to Green Bay and upset the Packers.
Oh, so they won
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah, against a rested number 1 seed Packers team.
The Robbie Gould field goal game.
So in the case of San Francisco, now if they had just beaten Seattle 2 weeks ago in the regular season, then Seattle would be playing San Francisco on the short rest.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, now it's the way it plays out, and we can get into this game a little bit too. And now the way it plays out with it, even if San Fran did have Kittle and a couple other guys, I don't know how they beat Seattle this weekend. And obviously,
Kyle Shanahan,
yeah, I guess.
he's gonna out coach him.
But the 2 games they played there this year, though,
Arnold.
have been weird. I mean,
True.
17-13 the first one, 13-3 the second one.
Yeah.
Different than every other game that they played.
And how about this? The road team has won both of the matchups.
Yeah.
What a weird season series that was.
And now they're going to the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Rubber
And
match.
Seattle 7-point favorites.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The San Fran defense at this point is just so decimated, and I don't know. Again, I kind of feel like it's like a numbers thing. Like, you can't keep getting away with it. Eventually it catches up to you.
So that's how bad the Philly offense is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because look what just happened.
Right.
And Philly may have won the game if A.J. Brown could have caught the ball.
Yeah, the drops are a problem.
I mean, like really bad timing and wide open, hit him in the hand.
I found it to be great timing, Jim. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, no, it was, for me personally, it was a great weekend of hate watching. So it's absolutely no notes.
I know, but both those Saturday games that we just mentioned are pretty freaking interesting, especially obviously for the Bills for around here.
Yes, Sunday games also interesting because depending upon what happens, you either get a rubber match. If the Bills win, you either get a rubber match with New England on the year in New England, or you have to go back to Houston where you lost in the regular season to. It's a brutal hypothetical matchup, which
Either way, you get 1 day less rest than the winner of that again.
yeah. No, they'll have one
Yeah,
extra
because the
day.
Bills are going on
One day
Saturday.
extra.
Oh yeah, they'll get one back. You're right. I had it reversed.
But
I like the Texans
I do too. I'm not
3 points.
I'm not picking that game, but I do like the Texans. I like the under on that game too. What are you gonna do when Will Anderson comes for you? Is what I'm kind of leaning on.
And again, who have they played all year? The
Yeah.
Patriots.
Yeah.
This Houston team is a different kind of defense that they have not seen all year. So with Drake May being a second start, he's feeling good after getting the win over the Chargers. And yes, they didn't even play well in that game. offensively at least.
Right.
That Texans D-line is just something different. And Drake May takes a lot of sacks.
Yeah.
He had more sacks than Josh Allen did this year. Josh Allen had 40.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine C.J. Stroud playing as bad as he played last week. I mean, he couldn't even hold on to the ball. It was almost like he was trying to throw the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Texans defense literally is the reason. Well, not fully the reason, whatever, but it's the main reason they beat Pittsburgh.
And why they've won 10 straight.
Yeah. It's
If a
What are they
Bills fan, you're rooting for Texans, right? Just for the fact that you don't got to go to Foxborough for an AFC Championship game.
I don't know. I think really.
I'm Texan side, but I see a lot of people Patriots side. I don't really agree with that.
I think that's the worst case scenario. You know,
I think
it
I'd
would be
rather
great
face
if the Bills went in and won. That would be awesome. But if they lost, it would be hard to live with.
I don't like a division opponent either for a third time in the same season. You're on the road again for the second straight time against them.
But
in Houston, you already played them, and you just feel like they're going
lost
to
your last two though to them
You just feel like they're going to figure something out though more than they would against New England.
down in Houston. They'd have to go, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. Hypothetical, I think I'd rather the Bills face the Patriots. I guess I'm in that side of
I
things.
mean, no, a lot of fans though are on your side too. I don't know. I think it's be careful what you wish for kind of game.
I'm just saying, if you go down and you lose to the Texans in an AFC Championship game as a Bills fan, you're like, oh, that sucks. You lose to the Patriots, and you probably don't leave your house for like a couple weeks, at least till the Super Bowl's over.
Yeah.
Stings a lot more, I would say.
Especially given,
Well, first, can they please get by Denver?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we're looking ahead.
Yeah. So, and then it's interesting too because I didn't fully realize it, but Houston's defense calls themselves the Border Patrol, which is
Really?
a wild, yeah, dude. Like they're the Border Patrol. The Seahawks call themselves the Dark Side. Like, more power to you. I wouldn't be, this is not a different podcast, but more power to them. And then Rams Chicago Sunday evening is. I don't know.
6 o'clock.
I can legitimately see that's another game to me where I legitimately think it's a little bit of a coin flip. I've been high on the Rams all year, but I don't know. Chicago's just been finding ways to win, and I think it's, to be fair, I know it contradicts a little bit what I've been saying, but I don't know. The Rams have played really
Poorly?
poor ball.
Yeah.
Defense has gotten really bad.
Yeah.
But they're the team that we thought would be there, and they're still there. They still are.
Yeah.
Like if you go back 10 weeks ago or whatever, sometimes things come full circle.
Yeah.
But it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
Have you seen the
Soldier
stat going
Field.
around all week about Matthew Stafford?
I don't think so.
1 in 9 when it snows or rains in his last 10 games.
It might not snow or rain, though. It's just going to be cold. It's going to be like a high of 9.
Some proper Midwest football.
Yeah, but maybe not. I don't necessarily know if it's going to snow or rain.
Yeah, it just says here 55.
Definitely won't rain. Oh, it is 50. Okay, maybe that's gone up a little. It won't be rain, though.
No. It will be that dry, miserable snow.
Yeah.
Especially if it's 9 degrees.
What's the high temperature?
20.
Oh, wow. That's where did I hear this before?
Maybe
Couple
with
days
wind
ago.
chill.
Yeah, probably with the wind chill, but I've heard him talking about a couple. It might have been Cowherd again.
Jesus. He's in Chicago now, too. I think he'd be better than that. But, I don't know, man.
Buy into that stat, or is that going to impact your pick? The one.
I'm not picking. I don't have that game as one of my games, so.
I think that stats like that definitely matter.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason for it. Like same thing with the Dolphins winning when it's colder than 30 degrees or whatever.
I mean, not to go fully back into the index for Stafford, but I mean, look at Goff too, for example, another LA Detroit guy in this sense. And Goff, you get him playing in temperatures below 50 degrees, he's winless, right?
Caleb Williams is a Southern Cal guy.
True, yeah, but I don't know. He appears to be fine in the Chicago nonsense. So
I just find all 4 of these games difficult to handicap and predict, and which means that they should be at the very least interesting. It's just too bad. It's too bad the Bills got to be the first one up.
Yeah.
If they win, great. The rest of the games will be awesome, right? But if they lose, it kind of takes the luster off the whole weekend.
True.
And if I'm a general football fan, I mean, I think that's one of the more interesting games to watch. It should be in prime time.
Oh,
Certainly better than Texans
It
Patriots.
100% is, and I found it interesting. I always find this stuff interesting because obviously it's not like we do this at the level that ESPN does, but like, you know, we broadcast basketball and stuff like that. And look, we it's not a struggle in the sense of whatever, but like, you know, we have to choose which games we want to do and stuff like that.
We pick the best ones.
Well, no, right. But like what I'm saying though is I found it funny that in the middle of the Monday night broadcast, Joe Buck was talking about how like, yeah, the execs at each network are fighting with each other right now on which games to get and when. Like, and I'm like sitting there going like, so he's just saying the dirty part out loud finally. Like,
Yeah.
props to you, Joe Buck. You know.
I just would have liked it if
Yeah.
the Bills were the Saturday night game, maybe.
Yeah.
Or even the Sunday early afternoon game. I hate being the early Saturday game.
Gotta
Although,
listen to Romo again too.
Yeah.
oh, I know it. There is nobody worse than
Jim.
that guy. There's nobody worse than that guy. Just making noises, talking over Nance.
Jim, I think they're gonna run a LV route here, man. Oh. I kind of did a little Collinsworth there too for the sound effect, but either way, I'll throw up our picks from last week here too while we're at it, and guess we're pretty much at that time, and just brutal scenes all around for
None of mine were even close. How could you be more wrong?
Yeah, I not to go against you there, but yeah. Just not great stuff for any of us here, so no need to hang out with
No
all.
need to dwell on that.
Yeah. So
But listen to who we're going to pick this week.
yeah, why not? You can tail us or fade us. Take your pick. I don't know. We all sucked last week. Jim, you have the most bankroll. I'll let you choose if you want to go first or defer or whatever.
I'll
you
go
want.
first,
All right.
and I'm going to take the Indiana Hoosiers.
Oh, look at that. Okay,
And the
hold on here.
points.
Let me get the app up quick.
8.5 is the last I saw that, but if you can get it at me,
Well, it's interesting because I'm picking that game as well, as I've mentioned.
we better get the line right then. Get the lowest line we can at the moment.
I can get you 7.5.
Yep, 7.5.
All right.
I think it might move that way is towards kickoff anyways on most of the books.
Yeah, it's interesting the way it's played out. And I'll go second here, Kyle, for the sake of this. I'm actually going against you, Jim.
Oh, you're going Miami.
I'm taking Miami, and I can get a plus 9.5 for Miami.
Oh,
so I'm going to do
Jesus.
that. Yeah, and that's what I was kind of alluding to a little bit where on that
What
game
book
week,
is that?
Fanatics,
Oh, man,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
and that's their offered line. So I'm going to do that. Like I said, I
might take Indiana minus 15.
Wow.
Just go with the extra juice.
Over under, not that we're picking it this week.
Under.
You'd be doing under 48.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Either if Miami's going to be in the game, it's going to have to be low scoring, and if it's a blowout, then Indiana's going to run it out. Miami's going to score like 6 points.
Yeah. Well, me and you are lock fighting, even though we could both middle ground this technically. So we'll look
We
forward
could
to
both
that.
win.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that on Monday night. Kyle, your first pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Texans +3. We kind of already mentioned the reasons why.
Okay.
And I know also people are gonna say, well, Nico Collins is likely out with this concussion. It's not gonna matter. The defense is gonna win them this game.
I get you 3.5, by the way.
All right, cool.
All right.
And Christian Kirk is playing some good football.
Stephen Ace thinks it's another name. So, all right, Jim, back to you for your second pick.
I'm going with Kyle and taking the Texans +3.
All right, 3.5.
I'll take them +3.5, even better. The same reasons. Defense, Patriots mildly overrated based on what the record was this year. And we're going to see if Drake May can handle the heat.
One other thing, Houston's never won a divisional game. They're 0-6 all time. It ends in New England.
Yeah, something has to give, right?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Mm-hmm. The ghost of Bum Phillips.
Is that going back to Oilers days?
Well, technically speaking, yeah. So
It's the same franchise.
mm,
No, it isn't. No, it
Titans.
isn't. The Titans became so that's stupid. Same thing with Baltimore and Cleveland.
Mhm.
Like the Browns in Cleveland aren't the original franchise.
Mhm. That's correct.
They're in Baltimore.
I have a fun fact story. I'll save it.
And the Indianapolis Colts
Yeah.
are in Indianapolis. They were the original Baltimore
Baltimore
team.
Colts, yeah. I have a fun one on the NBA side, but that's a different story for a different time. It's local, technically speaking. So
Syracuse, Rochester Royals.
Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, the
Braves.
Buffalo. What was their?
The Braves.
The Braves, yeah.
Yeah.
They were ABA champs, weren't they once?
No.
No?
They were an expansion NBA team in 70.
Didn't they win it? Or no, it was Syracuse that won it all
Syracuse won
once.
a title. Actually, Rochester won an
Dolph
NBA title too,
Shays.
technically. Yeah. Dolph.
Back
There's a
when
couple. There was another Hall of Famer on that team, but either way,
Back then, the NBA was about as popular as, let's say,
Fleming,
college softball is right now.
give or take. College softball might be more popular now than NBA was back then.
Maybe.
My second game, I'm doing it. Buffalo plus 2.5. I'm not doing any regrets here. If I'm going to go down, I'm going down with the ship. So,
Okay.
I like that. Screw it. Like I said, if I'm going to go down with the ship, I'm going down with the ship. Kyle, what do you got?
This is tough. Because I don't like either really. Like,
Uh-oh.
I don't like any of these games.
I'll go with you. I'll do Bills plus 2.5.
Attaboy. Welcome aboard. All right. Jim, your third pick.
My last pick?
Yeah.
I'm going under in the Bears-Rams game.
Okay, I can get you 49.5 on
Yep.
that.
I'm going under. Screw it.
Got it.
I can't pick a side, so I might as well just take the under.
Yeah, I don't hate that either number-wise. I mean, that's a lot of points and some.
I think it'll go
Crap
into the
weather.
fourth quarter, and it'll be like, wow,
Yeah.
man, I got this under bet locked. And
Well, that's
then they'll probably
True.
score 30 points in the fourth quarter.
That's true, but that's a lot of points and some crap weather.
Yep.
You know.
In a Sunday night game. In a game, I think the Bears are going to try to go with more ball control.
Do we think Collinsworth wears his grandma's sweater again Sunday night?
I don't know, and probably not for this. Probably not for the playoffs.
So, my third pick. Again, this is like you said, Jim. These are tough games this week, just
Really
because
tough.
of everything. But just my gut feeling with how depleted they are at this point, I think it does come to an end. And I know, don't care about how fluky and crazy everything is. I'm taking Seattle minus 6.5 against San Fran. I don't know. The way their defense is, it's so good. San Fran is so beat up. I just think it's got to come back down to earth for San Fran eventually here. And I think it's against the dark side of the Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks definitely seem like a team of destiny this year.
Yeah. If it was north of a touchdown, I'd be thinking elsewhere. But the fact that it's under that 7 with Seattle, I feel comfortable enough to do it.
Money lines notwithstanding, or betting lines notwithstanding, if I'm picking 4 winners, I'm going Bills, Seahawks, Texans, Bears. So why wouldn't I take the Bears plus 3.5, right?
I can get you 4.5 technically.
I'm not going to change my pick right now.
All right,
Kyle, you're good.
just help me out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Bears too.
Oh,
And you said plus 4.5.
4.5. Yeah.
And yeah, I just think this is the Bears. Like, they're home again. There's something with this Bears team, I think.
Ben Johnson is that thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
And then when they're trailing, it just doesn't matter. You just feel so good about them coming back.
Yeah.
And the Rams defense has been so bad lately.
I mean, if you want to look at it, Detroit was like a Super Bowl darling preseason, and the Bears were like, oh, who knows what's going on with the Bears? And here we are at the end of the season, and
We had
they
hit
flip
pieces on Caleb Williams.
And
in
what's
the preseason.
and what's the difference?
Yeah.
Ben Johnson's not with Detroit anymore. He's with Chicago.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah.
So why? So if Detroit was who we thought they were, and they were hosting the Rams, we'd all be on Detroit. But because it's the Bears, we still aren't willing to say it. But they're not the same Bears, and they've definitely shown that over the course of this.
Yeah.
You know, we should know that by now.
Yeah.
So, but and there again, I took the under and not the Bears because I still think the Rams are the team that we thought they were the whole season.
Yeah.
So, but I think the Bears might win the game. I don't know. I can't figure any of these games out.
Yeah. It's tough this week, man. It's brutal. But those are our picks.
So a Bears Seahawks NFC Championship. Who would have ever?
Just like we all thought.
And then
Or Ram
possibly-
Seahawks.
And then possibly Bills Texans for an AFC Championship.
Yeah, I mean, when
more predictable, I would say.
I wouldn't say, ready for this? Texans started 0-3.
yeah, remember they were written off for dead.
Maybe I'm looking more like true preseason then with that perspective.
Well, you would have said, geez, where's Kansas City?
I
You
guess.
know? Or where's Baltimore?
But if you were to tell me Bills Texans as the example compared to even like Rams Seahawks, I'd be like, okay, yeah, the AFC is way more believable than the NFC.
Fans would be thrilled with that. If you said Bills Patriots before the season, you'd be like, what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah. Patriots Broncos. What you shout out on that one? You went
Different
into
strokes.
you went into the Rolodex for that
Mr.
one.
Drummond, Gary Coleman.
Kyle has no idea what the hell you even said on that one.
I'm just thinking more about this Bills game, and man, I just wanted to be here, but then I'm nervous. And
Well, you won't have to wait that long.
Yeah.
I'm planning I'm gonna cook some food. I might do some deep dish pizza and maybe like get
Chicago.
a chili or a soup on there, but I'm gonna have it all ready to go at 4:30,
There you go.
and then it's just gonna sit down and watch football all night. And like we said, if the Bills win, it'll just be so great to sit back and watch that second game.
Yeah.
But if they lose, then it's like, ugh.
I'll be able to watch football all day on Sunday, but my Saturdays I'll be in Philly this weekend. And to go back to some basketball for a moment here, I get to see some true Big East hoops this weekend.
That's right.
Saturday
Old
nights.
school Big East, Villanova, St. John's.
St. John's and Nova. Yep.
Where are they playing?
So it's they now call it the Xfinity Mobile Arena. It's the old Wells Fargo, which is the old whatever. It's where the Spectrum still was back in the day.
Spectrum.
Yeah. But yeah, it was interesting because like we were first looking for the tickets.
At the Palestra.
No, I wish it was at the place. Oh my god! See, this is where I am a basketball like junkie in this sense. Like I would love one day to go down and watch the way they do it now. I'd love to watch Championship Saturday down there for the Philadelphia. Now they call it the Philadelphia Six because they include
St. Joe's, Penn,
Drexel in there. But,
Drexel, LaSalle.
Yep.
Villanova.
Yep.
Who's the other team?
Didn't you say Penn?
I did, but I only said 5 teams.
Penn, Temple.
Oh, Temple.
Yeah.
Temple's one.
That would be the other one. So, but yeah, I mean it's college basketball. I don't know if it's Mecca necessarily, but it's such a great just hotbed of college basketball that I'm looking forward to it. And I'm debating if I wear my Syracuse gear or not in solidarity of the Big East. So, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping closetly Patino wears his all white suit, but I don't know. It's going to be a great matchup. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, Patino with St. John's, but Kevin Willard back in the Big East with Villanova now and everything. I mean,
Good stuff.
I miss it. So
wait, I just came across the wildest stat on Twitter. Bo Nix is 1-8 versus winning teams that score more than 17 points in a game.
does that include his college career?
I don't think so.
Can the Bills get 17 points?
Yeah, I would hope so.
Josh Allen might get 17 on his own.
That's
You'd
crazy.
like to think, but then again,
Yeah,
we talked all about that game. We didn't even talk about the wide receivers.
it's true. We somehow avoided that.
It'll be Shakir and Cooks, and then probably just the tight ends. I don't think the rest of the receivers even matter, honestly. Like, even when Gabe Davis is playing, you get 2-3 targets a game.
True.
Yeah, no, it's probably won't matter, but you will see Curtis Samuel on the field.
Yeah,
How many catches does he have this year? I think he's got 2.
sounds about right.
Probably does. Fun fact, though, he did score against the Broncos in last year's
That's true.
Playoff game.
That's true.
A touchdown.
Wheel route.
Yeah.
Catches. He has 7 catches,
Oh wow, 7.
Yeah.
Big year.
81 yards.
Not bad for a whole game.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, the Bill we've talked about it a couple times on here and Bills Weekly, but yeah, I mean, they're better off running the 2 tight end set anyway, just the way they have to operate in the first place. So you might be spot on, Kyle, with your take from the start of the show before we got going, really, where it's like just take tight end props and not question it.
Just
I
get
s-
it done.
I struggled with player props too during the last week. Last weekend's wild card round all around was the worst weekend of sports betting I've had all season. And it wasn't even close. I don't know if I won anything. And I put down a few bets.
Yeah.
I was up on the season overall. heading into it, and just got everything that I worked all season to get up just wiped away in 2 freaking days.
You know, I meant
3 days too. The Steelers was the final.
that triggered it in my brain, even though you weren't in Florida for it. Were you able to bet mobilely in Florida?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Because I know their rules are really weird because of the Seminole Nation down there and everything.
Well, maybe I was in Disney. That's why.
Gotcha.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Mickey Mouse doesn't allow it.
I just know it gets weird down there, and I don't know why. Because I wanted to ask you about it, and I forgot, and I don't know why that triggered it for me just now. But because I haven't bet anything. Last night was the first time I actually did some true betting in a week, and it didn't go well. But
Because you can't bet at your house.
that's correct. Have to bet while I'm here in the office. So or in the parking lot. It's brutal, but either way. All right. That's all I really got. I don't know, Jim, do you have any golf picks for this weekend out in Hawaii or anything?
No,
like
it's a
that?
new season. The season's starting a whole week later because the Kapalua apparently had a water issue. But if you've seen pictures of Kapalua last week, it was green. It's all resolved. So the PGA just got rid of that. Now they got people thinking there just is not going to be a Hawaii swing anymore, which I think is just ridiculous because, especially for us on the East Coast, there's nothing better than legitimate primetime golf. You don't get many opportunities. If the U.S. Opens on the West Coast in Pebble Beach or the PGA, you get primetime major championship golf, and that's the best when you can get home on a Saturday night, Sunday night, and watch live major championship golf. So the Hawaii swing was kind of like that. It's a new season.
Yep.
It's just starting, and you get to sit down in primetime and watch the final round or the second round or third round, any of the rounds.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's why I'm most excited for is at the Sony Open tonight. I'll be watching live golf from Hawaii.
You gotta love it.
You can't pick a guy. There's 140 guys in the field.
Yeah, you mentioned, I know the major stuff too, but this is the tournament that, now it is the first tournament that you see the guys who are up from the Corn Ferry Tour from last year who are on the tour, the PGA Tour this year and everything. And now we got, I know VJ you mentioned is in the tournament, the Sony for this
Yeah,
leg.
VJ Singh's playing. He's 65.
Yeah. So, and then I know it's not this tournament, but I know coming up you're going to see the
Brooks Koepka.
Brooks.
The WM
Who
Phoenix
just came-
Open.
Wasn't there another guy who jumped ship too, literally within the past couple days?
The Waste Management Open.
But it was Pat Perez, but I don't know if he's healthy to even golf.
Oh, he doesn't qualify
Yeah.
for the reentry program.
Yeah.
You have to have won a major between 2022 and 2025.
Yeah.
So that includes Koepka, DeChambeau, Cam Smith.
Yep.
You know who it doesn't include?
Phil.
Phil Mickelson, who last won in 2021.
Do you believe that they did that on
Yes.
purpose?
100%.
Okay.
And I like Brian Rolap, the new commissioner of the PGA Tour. If it was Moynihan making these decisions, he would have gone to committees and they would have come back with reports and then he would have made the wrong choice. Rolap's like, yeah, Brooks, you can come back, but here's the deal. These are the stipulations.
Yeah.
And here's everybody else. And guess what? It's going to be 2022. Sorry, Phil.
Yeah.
Deal with it. This guy's is serious.
I like the fact that the opportunity is there for these guys to come back because let's face it, even though he isn't what he was, Brooks is still a pretty big enough name that the general public is going to
want to see it. And if he happens to be in contention,
Right.
he'll draw audiences. I think he's cooked personally. I mean, you might
don't
see
disagree.
him. You might see him compete in a major here and there, but he was never competed in the regular tour events anyways. You didn't care about him.
Right.
DeChambeau coming back would be great.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I like the most is Brooks can come back, but he can't take part in the player equity program for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you can sell it to your regular tour guys as saying, because supposedly that's like a $50 million hit.
Yeah.
So you can say Brooks coming back, he's going to help the tour overall profile, which is going to help the equity program for the other players, but Brooks can't get it.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. But I think from the start, Moynihan and the PGA Tour should have been like, yeah, go ahead. We'll do our thing, you do your thing. Yeah. But instead he upended everything and then, in about a year ago, everybody realized nobody cares about live golf. Like the ratings are crap and our tour is fine. But So, anyways, or I would have also been fine if Rolap just said, no, you can't ever come back,
Right.
and just be done with it.
Yeah.
But whatever.
He's making them work for it, which is what I think is the right way to do it. And
DeChambeau wants to too.
I was about to say that, and I don't know if it's him being him because Bryson. I like Bryson, but like it, I found his Instagram story from yesterday to be pretty comical in the sense of like he's standing next to the exit
I
signs.
know that's what he does.
And
He's
I'm just
a
like sitting
social
there,
media
and I'm
influencer.
sitting there going like, this is the one time where you probably shouldn't be doing the screwy thing. Like, if you're gonna like do it, don't gauge your Instagram followers, man. Like,
I do not like Bryson,
Mhm.
but he's good for golf.
Yeah.
And especially younger guys, kids, watch him on YouTube.
Right.
And he's definitely good for the game of golf. He'd be better back on the PGA Tour. He'd be better playing on U.S. Ryder Cup teams. All that stuff would be good for the game, but I personally not a huge fan.
Yeah.
Although I did when I was at Pinehurst last April. Sorry, here, let me pull it up. I did get this one shot of him that's got 200,000 views on TikTok of Bryson hitting that shot at Pinehurst.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember when he went back and recreated the
Yes.
shot. I happened to be at Pinehurst, and we were right there. So, anyways, how's that for good podcasting?
It's better. Yeah, either way. And he did not make it though on the redo, on the attempt anyway. So.
No, but I was up close and personal with him.
The beefcake himself, Bryson DeChambeau. So
Nice, always nice ending a podcast, our sports podcast, on a golf note in January.
hey, can't beat it. I know.
I got my Pinehurst hat
I
on.
know you're wearing a Pinehurst hat. I know for me, I'm itching to get back. I bought myself a new driver for this upcoming year to really bring my handicap from a 25 to a 23 or whatever. And
There's nothing easier in golf than going from a 25 to let's say a 15.
yeah,
That's easy.
Mhm.
Going from 15 to 10 is a little harder, and then going from 10 to 5 is
Yeah.
way harder, and then going from 5 to scratch is almost freaking
Yeah.
impossible.
but
That's where I've been my whole life,
yeah.
trying to get from a 5 to a scratch. And
Yeah.
I've gotten to a 2.5.
yeah. Well, you'd run circles around me. I'm just out here for the fun of it. And
Well, no, if you should have goals, if you're buying
Hey, I do.
driver, then you should like say, okay, what do I got to do to get from a 25 to a 20? Do you post all your scores on the USGA app?
I use 18 birdies.
Whatever you're using, you got a handicap, so
Yeah.
you're posting every score.
Yep.
Yeah, you should be able to definitely get it under 20.
I've broken 100 now a few enough times that I really the next goal
Break
is to
100 every time.
break 90. So and slowly but surely.
Yep.
It's weird. I got not to go down a rabbit hole here because we gotta go, but the end of this past summer, I was finally figuring out some wedges again a little bit and stuff like that. And
That's how you do
felt
it.
good.
You don't do it from the tee. You do.
Yeah.
You get from a 25 to a 20, or you break 100 or even 90
Yeah.
from 100 yards and in.
Yeah.
Once you're able to improve that aspect of the game, then way more pressure's taken off the other parts of the game, because you know that even if you hit a bad drive, you can just skid it down there around the green, and you're gonna make no worse than a bogey.
Yep. But no, I can't wait. That first day in March where we get like the random like 70-degree days.
I played Sunday.
Oh, you lucky man.
Well, I don't know how lucky it was, but we went out and played. There was 9 of us, and we walked 9 holes, and it was cold and a little wet, but we played. And you know what? We'll do it again this Sunday if the snow goes away.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully that's the case. But I know we got some sims around here that I'm gonna hit up one just before and see how it goes. So, all right, we'll get out of here now on that note officially. So, appreciate everybody for listening to the FL1 Sports Podcast. We'll be back at it again next. Yeah, we'll be all here again next Thursday. So, next Thursday at 2 p.m. we have conference championship weekend to look.
Preview the Bills game.
Crazy. Yeah. A lot of things to get to next weekend. So appreciate everybody for listening and tuning in. You can find the FL1 Sports Podcast and all other podcasts here at fingerleaks1.com, on fingerleaks1.com, the FL1 YouTube channel, and all major podcasting platforms. Good luck with your picks this weekend, everybody, and enjoy the weekend.